Taliban are sweeping across Afghanistan, taking control of at least 30 of its 34 provinces over the last 10 days and their provincial capitals, including Afghanistan's second and third largest cities. Now they're in Kabul. Just last month, President Biden promised
there's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy.
But now, President Biden has ordered troops back in Afghanistan, raising the total to 5,000 to secure the evacuation of the U.S. Embassy, which has now begun. The embassy staff have been instructed to shred sensitive documents and destroy computers. The airport is now the only safe way in or out of Afghanistan.
That's one of the reasons why we move these forces, or we're moving these forces into Kabul to assist with this particular mission, because we know that time is a precious commodity here.
Just 1,200 Afghans who work for the United States as interpreters or in other jobs have been evacuated to the United States. Roughly 88,000, including family members, could need to be evacuated, according to a nonprofit advocacy group.
We have a sacred moral obligation to help those who have helped us, and we're not walking away from that.
And the United Nations is warning of a larger humanitarian disaster.
If they arrest us, they will kill us. Everyone, they will kill us.
Given the situation right now, how do you see the future for women in Afghanistan?
Taliban are not afraid of the world superpowers. They are not afraid of the B-56 or B-52. They're afraid of the women.
The top U.S. general in Afghanistan warned last month that a Taliban takeover could allow al-Qaeda to rebuild.
If that pressure comes off, I believe they're going to regenerate, and I think it's only a matter of time before we see them assert themselves and begin to plan attacks against our homeland.
Now, as President Biden stands by his withdrawal strategy,
But we're going to continue to keep our commitment, but I do not regret my decision.
he's likely to own Afghanistan's collapse.
He owns this now completely. It isn't Donald Trump's Afghan policy, it's Joe Biden's.
It's a tragedy, and it's a tragedy that was entirely preventable.
Up until now, most Americans have supported the military withdrawal, which was initially announced last year by then-President Donald Trump. But some who served in America's longest war are asking what their sacrifices were for.
I lost friends there. It's hard to understand what it was for. If this is how it ends, how do you tell veterans that it was worth it?
Why did we spend the past decade there? What was the purpose? What was the goal?
Welcome to Raw Take, everyone, the lifeline to your unfiltered media experience. I'm your host, Gion Thomas, and before we get into the show today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any uploads. Also, you can find us anywhere where you can listen to podcasts. So, as you see from our opening clip, we are getting out of Afghanistan. We are pulling the troops out, and a lot of troops are asking, what was the reason for this sacrifice? The sacrifices they're made, the sacrifices their friends made, the sacrifices their family made. What was that for? What have we gained? Because after 20 years of being in Afghanistan, Afghanistan has fallen to the Taliban. And so we must look at the Afghanistan war. $2.6 trillion. $2.6 trillion. I mean, just the things that we could have did with that money. And it's almost like it went to waste. I mean, it did go to waste because the Taliban now, they're now in control of, like we did in another show, Afghanistan is one of the leading producers in opium. That opium is now having some effect on us here in America. Just so happened, since the 20 years we've been in Afghanistan, we now have a opium epidemic here in America. You think you don't see the correlation between that? It's just crazy to see all of these resources, all of this money just thrown at this war, at this problem, and nothing came of it. And the thing is, what people fail to realize, we got rid of Saddam, we got rid of bin Laden. I mean, we got rid of the number 2, the number 3. I mean, ISIS is barely there. Why are we still here? Why are we still in the Middle East? Altogether, we've spent almost close to $7 trillion in the Middle East. For what? We could have used that money for free college. We could have used that money for free health care. I mean, just the abundance of social programs that could have benefited the American people's lives. But we spent all that money on war for what? And we have nothing to show for it. And then we have people who are going to be skeptical of Joe Biden getting out. Already, he's sending 5,000 troops to get the rest of the troops out. Now, come on, y'all. That doesn't even really make sense. So people are already skeptical. But I just hope that he continues on this path, that he continues to pull out troops, and he doesn't listen to people in mainstream media. He doesn't listen to the neocon Republicans and their talking points. And I feel sorry for the people in Afghanistan who has to stay in that country now that the Taliban is taking over. I feel so sorry for those people. My heart goes out to them. But my heart also goes out to the thousands of men and women who've gone to Afghanistan, who've gone over to the Middle East, served their country, and came back disenfranchised. Like, we have so many homeless veterans. We talked about that on our live stream with Danielle. I mean, we have so many homeless vets. So many people who served their country came back and then we forgot about them. We didn't get them the mental health. We didn't have jobs secure for them. We made them killing machines and then bought them out there. Bought them back into the free world, and didn't even try and get them rehabilitated to come back into the real world. Come back into being a citizen. Just the tragedies that these people had to go over, what our own American citizens had to go through for oil interests and mineral wealth and opium. That's what people don't understand. Like, that is what this war was about. This war was about oil, opium, and mineral wealth. And so many soldiers are asking, well, what was my sacrifice for? What did me and my friends, me and my brothers and sisters in arms, give our lives, put our lives on the line for? Oil? Mineral wealth? Stuff that you can put in your cell phones? I mean, because you didn't bring democracy to the Middle East. The Middle East is more destabilized than it was when we got there. 20 years. Billions of dollars, billions, trillions of dollars wasted. And we have nothing to show for it. And you have these idiots online who never served, some who have served, but people who've never served saying, oh yeah, we don't need to get out. Well, you go serve. You go put your life online. You go put your kids out there. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants their child to have to go through that, come back maimed, missing a leg, missing body pieces. For what? Oil interests. For companies. So companies can put more in their pockets. That makes no sense. The American people don't want that. And Joe Biden needs to listen. He needs to listen. He needs to get the troops out. I hope I think the deadline is, it's either August 31st or September 1st that he's supposed to have all the troops out. I just hope this is not another yo-yo, because this is what we always do. We pull troops out, we put them back in. We pull troops out, we put them back in. I just hope that this is not that, and that we are going to fully pull out of Afghanistan and let the people do what they want to do in Afghanistan. But we do need to look out for all the interpreters and all the people that helped us. I mean, we need to make a space. And not only us, but other countries who've been involved, because we're not the only ones who've been involved. America does not need to take the burden of all of these people trying to evacuate. Get the UN involved. Get other countries involved. Spread them out. Spread them out. But that's our show, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any uploads. Also, you can find us anywhere where you could listen to podcasts. Y'all have a blessed day.